Welcome back everyone to Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper, and it's finally time to let's do some quests for these dwarves. Simple rally horn. Not particularly useless in this particular series, but I may send it to another character.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
We left the expedition moving towards the east to investigate what the Dourhands are doing here in the lowlands. We have seen both orcs and dwarves in this place, and nothing here makes a dwarf feels welcome. Our fears are that the orcs and Dourhands are trading with one another. Nay, I fear that they are working together, supplying one another with materials, tools, and weapons, and we want to put a stop to it. Go into the runes below and see if you can find any orc-made weapons on the Dourhands in this section of the west. Return to me when you find any. Right?
Might you lend me an ear?
River Quicksilver outside is no member of the Longbeards. He is no member of the Dourhands either. I know only this. He is a dwarf, and an honorable one at that. He may have left his family's lands, but he remembers that he is first and foremost a dwarf. The Dourhands can no longer be considered part of the greater dwarven kingdom, having fallen enough to live so close to orcs without the sound of battle. Because of this, I am requesting that you lend us your aid. Defeat the Dourhands, we need to kill 6 orcs and 6 Dourhands. Picking up some orc weapons from Dourhands.
Come and stay a moment.
There is something within these halls, something of value. I can feel it. Orcs likely can too. And of course, the Dourhands know, but they seem more interested in the ruins to the north and west. The orcs are fine at making weapons and crude tools, but if my feeling is right, they require specific tools. I bet that is what the Dourhands are giving them. So hunt them down and get the pickaxes. Very well. So we need to kill some dwarves and kill some Dourhands. Orcs and Dourhands. Good morning, everyone. And let's see how this is going. We are going against level 25 opponents, so that's reasonable. Now, one of the interesting things in the latest build on Bull Roar is that tasks will no longer be having a maximum level on them. So if you out-level a task, you can still turn it in. Probably won't give you much experience, like mini quests lose a lot of their experience as soon as you go into their outer range, make them gray. But they should still provide the rep, and that's probably the most important thing for tasks in any case, in my opinion. Oh. It's annoying when whenever I need to go into healing stance, it looks like I get the benefit of not clearing out. I should check my... I think it's probably one of my traits that does that. Usually when I cash out, it's with the intention that I actually do cash out. Suppose if you're in a group, you'd want the trait that keeps you from cashing out. Solo, it seems to be more of an annoyance if you're thinking you may be needing to go back into healing. But anyway, yes, you'll be able to complete your tasks at a higher level, and that will be so useful for grinding rep after you're finishing with an area. Now the other bit of news is that I now have a new... Don't know, Hey now, come on, give me a fair chance. Just because you're an evil, despicable dwarf doesn't mean that... Whipped out. Doesn't mean that you have to play unfairly, does it? Well, maybe it does. Alright, there we go. But I also got myself a new SSD. Oh, okay, I've finished with the Dourhand side. And I've got all the orc weapons I need. Alright. I can go back. The idea then is that I got myself a new SSD. So I'm now running out of the SSD. I've just put all of Steam in there. I was always torn between running LOTRO under Steam and running it on my SSD, but now I've got all of Steam on an SSD, so it's a much larger SSD now. It's a separate SSD from my operating system. So that's all nice. I even managed to get Bull Roarer up onto this SSD. So I don't have to worry about going back to disk whenever it is time to test a new build. We'll see how it works in updating the next time we have an update. Right, because I had an update to Bullroar just before I got the SSD, so I haven't gone through any updates on it, but it shouldn't be too much trouble since I had no trouble with updates on the previous SSD. Alright, that takes care of the orcs, but I still need a few more pickaxes. Namely 2 of them. And this should take care of the first set of quests. But you know, there's never only one set of quests. Okay, there is sometimes one set of quests, but I know this isn't one of those cases. So we turn these things in. As soon as I find the correct turn. Oh, up the stairs. Hello there, here are the pickaxes.
What do you want?
As I thought. Sturdy and bearing the fine sharp point needed to cut new holes into thick stones. Orcs would rather use their swords and axes. This is ill news indeed, but it speaks to an issue that has long haunted the Dourhands and one that we can likely stop here and now. Logi will handle the issue with our ill-fated cousins. I want to focus on the orcs and seeing that they fail at whatever nefarious purposes they have here.
Will you help me?
I will wager that there is a leader in these depths. Oh, just go kill him.
What do you need?
I can hardly believe what I am seeing. Dwarves and orcs are enemies. This is something That should never have occurred. Never! Our cousins have fallen so far in these long years. Now it is clear to me that their leader must meet an end.
Well met.
I knew it. Full Dourhands. We should rid the world of the lot of them. Must be a leader here. One who makes them do these things. One who I'm going to give you a quest to kill.
Will you stay and speak with me a moment?
The Dourhands must be stopped, and I am willing to bet that there is a leader amongst them who directs them to deal with the Orcs. A terrible cur who needs to be removed so that dwarves elsewhere can hold their heads up in pride. This is my task. Find the leader, likely in some hidden passage or lair, eliminate him, and return to me. Alright. Twill do, twill do, twill do. Ooh. Well, I completed the regional deed. That's good to hear. In addition, also on the new build is they now have the First Age symbols dropping. Now they say there are 3 locations where they'll drop in classic instances, in tier 3 skirmishes, and as platinum drops in epic battles. Now when they say tier 3 skirmishes, they don't say anything about the size of the skirmish. So traditionally the really good drops have been in raids, but it's possible they may be with the other legendary item stuff. In other words, in any one, you have a better chance in a larger one. But waiting for one to drop in a solo might be possible, but don't hold your breath, so to speak. There we go. That's how to do it. Oh, I forgot about... I've got the... I've got the Thunder Rock now. Oh, come on. You'll pay for that. We have to get through all... That's the leader up there. Yeah, I've been through this a couple times. Alright, now... Okay, level 26 signature. I should be able to handle that. Alright, that takes care of the Dourhand leader. Now I have to take care of the Orc leader. Yeah, now you know why I did that before dropping down there. Oh, there's a stairway there. All these times, I guess I always thought that was a drop. So you can get from the Orc lair to... from the Orc lair Oh. Okay, I didn't realize they were that close to one another. Level 28. Egad. Well, this one's going to be a little challenging. Oh, why? Oh, you're kidding me. Down already. Alright, now that these dealt with, and guess I'll go back the way I came then. Assuming Iron Gut hasn't come back up alive, alright. Now how far can we get? Sure, we'll run to a couple of Dourhands. Oh, don't they haven't responded yet? Alright. Fine. I've always gone back the other way, all through the Orcs, because I didn't realize I can get it back up there. So much easier this way. So we just turn these in, and is that it? Let us see. Alright, one dead orc.
Well met.
Orc leaders are a dangerous sort. It is good to know that you are as hardy an adventurer as I first thought. You have earned this reward, and so too have you earned the respect of the dwarf and the respect of my kin. Well, wait a minute. Okay, you give me 13 silver, and I guess that's the respect. Okay, I guess that makes sense.
Well met.
Already I feel the fire of my blood beginning to cool. The full Dourhands need to remember this place. It is bad enough what they did to Doran's Hall. I and all dwarves and good people owe you a debt of gratitude. Yes. So that gives me kindred. Why on earth am I tracking men of Bury if I've got kindred with them? How am I doing with the... I always had trouble remembering which one's the Eglain and which one's the... obviously this must be the Eglain here. Ooh. Assuming that is accurate. Sometimes it does get a little bit off. 16, 8, 30. 16, yeah, okay, so it does track Eglain accurately. Let's see if I can get to friend before finishing things up around here.
Greetings, traveler. Will you stay a moment?
Orcs are working with Dourhands? This is terrible news. The Orcs are recent arrivals in these lands and have been busy digging at a ruin to the east. They have slain many Eglain and taken another of the ruins that we once claimed as our own. Could it be that the Dourhands assisted them in this? Nah. Friend Pinestone, will you make your way along the road to the east? Some distance down the road you will find Ostgaruth and the leader of the Eglain, Frederick the Elder. Tell him the news. Alright, so let us head over to Ostgaruth. And that will be our main camp. For the rest of this region, Ostgaruth is the central point for everything. Now we're not going to do everything at Ostgaruth because the idea here is mainly to get to 25 before going to the North Downs, and as you can see, I'm already at level 25. But I'm sure they will have a couple of things for me. And in fact, they also have a feeder quest to Trestlebridge. And when I take that quest, probably next episode, we will take a break until update 13 comes out. But continue with the Lore Master to show the rest of the North Downs and maybe get into some with Trestle Bridge. I doubt we'll, not Trestle Bridge, I mean Troll Shawls. And maybe even get up into the Misties. But that's for... I should touch the Stable Master before I do anything. Oh no, I always touched the Stable Master. Alright. But that is it for this episode. So tune in next time when we return to Pineleaf Plays the Rune-keeper.